Okay, this is a view with regards to random crits and whether they're fair, and it comes as a result of Uncle Dane's most recent video on random crits. So I'm going to sort of pick through this video and see the points I agree or disagree with. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, if we start playing the video,
with this picture of a scout, who will represent the most common reasons people have for keeping a certain amount of pleasure from scoring a kill that they know they didn't deserve or clutching an unfortunate situation with a stroke of luck. You have to keep in mind.
So that's exactly it. I mean, basically, it is actually quite nice to occasionally come round overwhelming odds and you just throw up a dream ball. It's like in basketball, you throw a fucking hoop and wow, my fucking god, that went in, and the rest of the team are just looking at you and going, what the fuck? You know, or just at last moment from the, right down the back of the court, you just hurl something and it does a 3-pointer. I think that's an element of human games, and Uncle Dane says this is a really, this is a real reason, and it ends to adrenaline bust, and the adds to the dopamine bust. This is a reason I have for personally favouring keeping random crits. Uncle Dane doesn't favour keeping them. So let's move on.
I find that this is also the only good argument for random crits that is completely subjective.
But it's completely subjective. Whether you like a girl is completely subjective. Most of our aspects of our life are completely subjective. So I mean, I agree with you, but also that's part of the appeal of the game, man. It's completely subjective.
Simply, yeah, here on it. God damn it. Well, like 99% science.
Random crits break stalemates.
Well, do random crits really break stalemates? It is very rare that a really highly organised team, that a single random crit does that. It may be that the random crit does allow the other team to recover and fight back a push or something like that. Or it may be that it does give them advantage, but unless they have the skill and the organisation to go on, it doesn't necessarily break stalemates. It is one factor, the element of chance. So many battles over history have been decided on the element of chance.
Back in the ancient era, I mean, I don't really have one. BF2 can be very easily
play even more.
Oh, I missed one. I missed one. I missed one. Okay.
Bias thing out of the way early on because I don't plan on bringing up points that have their.
Okay. Well, let's go back. Let's go forward. Moving forward.
Evolved to address the issues of stalemates. Maps have gotten much in slow motion. Keep an eye on the soldier, gets backstabbed, then takes a fucking swan dive out of the window there.
That's probably my favourite part of the whole video. The way this soldier fucking flings across here, and the way he's caught that is fucking beautiful. Uncle Dane, that is a fucking beautiful piece of capture. Anyway, I thought I'd just point that one out.
Probably one of the. In fact, the suggestion that random crits are there to benefit the poor souls who are just so bad that they only ever get to see their name in the kill feed when they get owned by some big bad veteran is simply not true.
Okay, well, I mean, what they're saying here, the random crit chance is higher for old veterans and new veterans, and the bottom line is, I mean, it is nice to get a random crit whether you're an old veteran or a new veteran. Every once in a while, you just fire your shotgun and it hits someone and bang, this random, and it's just like, wow, that was nice. It's just an unexpected, it's like you get a scratchy at the lotto thing, you rub it off. Oh man, I won fucking $500, no fucking problem. But it's that randomness that fuels our dopaminergic system, and just that's why we have gambling. That's the appeal of the uncertainties of life. If you were just born and it was just like, okay, you're born, you go to school, you do this. You work this many hours, you retire, you live, you die, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's what life is basically. But unless you have any randomness and spontaneity, man, and that's what I recommend. Random crits, I like them. I like them because, every once in a while I play this game, and I'll put some of this footage up afterwards after this on another vid. This girl, I was playing against this game, and this guy was fucking gone plan. He just kept on getting me with random crits, and he just fucking completely owned me. It was so fucking lucky with the crits, but man, it was fucking funny because I tried, and I just had to laugh at the end. And now we're actually, we were esteemed friends, and we had a fucking good laugh over it, So if you take it in the right spirit, and you don't let it get to heart, they're actually quite, sometimes quite amusing.
The percentage rates of random crits are based on the damage you've recently done, which means
so if you've done more damage, you get more random crits.
In summary, the better you're doing, the more likely you'll continue to do well.
Well, that is not a bad thing, because if you are really doing well, you've honed your skill, you've made a big effort, you've tried your pants off, and you've got some damage going, I think you're entitled to the random crits. So I know that Uncle Dane doesn't like random crits, but there's a couple of points that he's brought up here that, he's given some acknowledgement that random crits are okay, but now he's saying, well, hey, it's not because the newbies, they don't give a newbies the advantage, but you really wanted to give people advantage who are doing the damage, because if you're on a roll, you're on a roll.
If that sounds familiar, is to get kills on other players by being better than the other person, not to wait until one of your rockets randomly becomes shiny.
Now, this is another point. Yes, it is. And people who are better players will kill you more than people who are worse players. And people who are better than you will statistically kill you more than you will. But at the end of the day, the randomness doesn't take away from that because it's like the stock market. At sometimes, if you look at the price over time, stocks go up and down, but if you buy them on an average rate over time, then the average rate is relatively constant. So that's why people tend to do better if they're buying stocks consistently rather than they're trying to do the troughs and peaks. Unless they're bloody good and like they're chartist type stockbrokers. So that's sort of just, it's the average system. If you are on average better at killing someone, you are going to get more kills and more damage than if on average you're not as good. And the occasional random crit, may give a little bit of hoo-ha when it happens, but on average it's probably not going to tide the whole much of the game too much.
The average freshly installed TF2 player who starts learning how to play the game from the moment they join the server, the way that random crits work, or even the existence of random crits at all, is pretty much guaranteed to be the last thing they notice or care about.
Well, that might be true, but that's part of the mystique of the game. So, okay, they just come on there and join, but it's the mystique of the game. So I don't agree with that. I think, taking away random crits takes an extra dimension of fun away from the game, and sometimes, it's nice to you've seen those Walt Disney stories when the underdog comes up on top. Every once in a while, it's nice to have a David and Goliath and have the David win. Just food for thought.
Well, they're thinking particles coming off of him, so I can safely assume that he's at most 175 health. So I shoot him with a rocket, dealing 90 damage with a direct rocket. I dodged the first grenade that he shot at me, but he hits me with the second one, doing 100 damage and putting me down to 120 health. Now, I know both from experience and from witnessing it firsthand in this particular fight that his grenade launcher will do 100 damage to me. I also know that due to my first rocket doing 90 damage to him, that he has 85 health left, meaning that if I can manage to hit him with another direct rocket, he's toast. But my enemy is also well educated in damage numbers, so he realizes that he is not able to take a second direct rocket. So he attempts to juke my next rocket, hoping that he can take at least a bit of splash, which will give him enough time to hit me with another pipe. But I know I'm able to
yeah, I don't know what this is for the argument, but I just put it up because, I was I don't know what the fuck this is, but anyway, I'll skip over it.
critical not only on the broader scale, but on the individual scale as well. Okay, we get your point, Dane. Random crits are bad for the game in more ways than one. You're
So, yes, I know that, I mean, this video, and I recommend that everyone who plays TF2 watches it, because I think Uncle Dane is an excellent presenter. But what I would leave you with, the main points that I think from this video, and it's a very good video, is that random crits do allow a little bit of spontaneity. I mean, and when there's so many things in life that we do, and spontaneity of meeting the right person, and the things just, the planets aligning, and finding your soulmate, or finding that funny, that old antique that you like at the market, or sort of, I fucking found $5 on the ground, all that sort of spontaneity of life. And I think random crits just make the game a little bit more interesting. I don't reckon that it drastically, alters the balance of the game. A good team will always beat a bad team. If the teams are matched, there might be it may sort of sway it towards one or the other. But at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's basically to triumph without any element of chance is really boring. Those games that you play, and sometimes the team you're on is hopelessly over or underbalanced, and it's not fun. You've got the other guys stuck in spawn, and unless you're some sort of sadist, you don't like that, or you can't get out of spawn. Okay, and the other guys just dominate you. It's not a fun experience. But if it's even, and it's blah 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 blah, and occasionally, wow, the little free-to-play scout flicks off a shotgun and gets you with a random crit, and you go, oh my fucking god, oh wow, I'd leave it to you that I reckon random crits should remain in the game. I think the community's 50-50 split, but I firmly support random crits. Peace.